Bleach lets us know right away that it's not fucking around. The soundtrack is all wailings and sirens until the rock guitar breaks in, while the visuals show us some grainy-ass footage of shadows creeping across a desolate landscape. It's all so dark you'll swear you were back watching Boogie Pop Phantom on G4 TV with your stolen satellite card. The anime gives us our first glimpse of the hollows that we'll learn more about later, but for now it's enough to know you probably shouldn't trust something that falls up from an upside-down sky. Bleach likes its symbols, and we're shown our first one within the first 60 seconds, a hell butterfly crossing a full moon. We'll learn to associate this with one of our main characters, the Shinigami Rukia, who accidentally manages to set this whole shitstorm going in the first place. At the moment, she's investigating the source of some strong spiritual energy, and she's being super badass anime about it, so you bet your ass we're on her side. If you're watching on Netflix, you'll notice that they don't bother translating all the on-screen text. It's a nice little Easter egg to remind us that corporations aren't our friend, and it's sort of our fault for even being surprised at this point. But the basic idea of the text is, shit's scary when you can't see it. Weak transition, but you know who can see it? Our other protagonist, Ichigo Strawberry Kurosaki, 15 years old. He can see ghosts. As a character, he doesn't have much in the way of motivation. He doesn't want to become Hokage or find One Piece or become the world's greatest fighter. He just sort of wanders around beating up bullies and going to high school. He's a punk with a heart of gold, and that seems pretty three-dimensional to me, so fuck the haters and fuck my writing workshop. From here we meet Ichigo's family, who run a medical clinic. His father is loving but immature and gets off on embarrassing his children. I'm only sort of joking, more on that in later episodes. For some reason he can't see ghosts, even though all of his children can to varying degrees of success. Ichigo's sisters are perfect foils for one another, so the family dynamic is fun enough to never get boring the way that Breaking Bad does, you know I'm right. They're fun and wholesome, and absolutely nothing bad happens to them in this episode. His mom died a long time ago, but there's no chance in that being plot relevant later, and everything is absolutely fine, so we might as well just move on. Later that night, the Shinigami Rukia sneaks into a boy's bedroom because she's a rebel. What happens next is actually a non-stop exposition dump, but it's so damn fun that I don't really mind it. If you're curious what efficiency in storytelling looks like, here's a quick recap of everything we learned in about 5 minutes. Rukia can't be seen by normal people. Rukia is a Soul Reaper. Rukia is hella old. Soul Reapers come from Soul Society. Soul Society has rules. Hell exists, I guess? Rukia is fucking adorable. Soul Reapers send good spirits to Soul Society. Hell Butterflies are purified souls. Subs are better than dubs. Soul Reapers execute monsters. Monsters are called hollows. Hollows eat souls and no one knows why. Rukia can use ninjutsu. Hollows can smell soul energy. Soul Society has rules, did I mention that already? Rukia's detection is jammed by a powerful spirit energy. Rukia draws better than me. We get a breath of fresh air in the form of Ichigo's family being attacked by a demon, and for some reason the anime switched up which sister it was. I don't have a joke for that, it's just really fucking weird. Also worth noting, in the anime the dad wasn't home, in the manga his back exploded. It's the little things. The next few scenes stand as a template for the rest of the show, in which Ichigo runs headfirst to save a girl and gets his ass beat. But first he has to show how spiritually ripped he is, and straight up Dragon Ball Z's Rukia's paralysis spell like a shirt that's 2 sizes too small. The manga shows Ichigo have a moment of overwhelming dread at seeing a hollow for the first time, and I really wish that the anime had left it in, but what the hell do I know? Rukia pops in to chop the thing's arm off, then explains to the audience that Ichigo's overwhelming spirit energy makes a tasty target for hollows and is probably why she couldn't sense the damn thing in the first place. Ichigo takes it pretty hard and decides to, I don't know, get himself killed I guess, then Rukia thinks that's dumb and kills herself instead. Impressive strategies all around. Now that everyone's run out of options, Rukia decides the best course of action is to stab Ichigo in the heart. She says it will allow her to pour half of her spirit energy into him, allowing him to become the Soul Reaper as well, though only temporary. Dude doesn't even hesitate. They have a really cool moment where they introduce themselves right before it happens, and after a cool light explosion, the show starts. Ichigo somehow accidentally ends up taking all of Rukia's energy like a dick, and Rukia is more confused than anything. This asshole sees ghosts, has an overwhelming spirit energy, can straight up curb stomp a Keto incantation, and WTF is the size of that sword. Seriously, the shit. The show starts up some bitching music, and Ichigo just sort of knows how to sword fight, I guess. It's anime, who gives a shit? We finally get our first example of Bleach doing what Bleach does best, which is presenting over-the-top attacks and epic camera angles in the best fucking soundtrack in cartoon history. The fights of the series will continue to be exaggerated and beautiful, and you'll remember them sometimes years later while you're replying to your 12th email of the week at your dead-end job and it's only Tuesday. And then it's over. On Netflix, the episode ends with some more unhelpfully untranslated text, so here's the same scene from the English manga. Cut to credits. 1 down, 365 to go. Please subscribe because I do not want to do this alone.